Welcome back to my channel. Today is Thursday, March 18th, 2021, and this is my astrological outlook for the day. Number one, today the sun has moved to 23 degrees of The sun has moved to 29 degrees of Pisces, and the earth is located today at 29 degrees of Virgo. The earth and the sun are always in direct opposition to each other. So if one is at 29 Pisces, the other is at 29 Virgo. Now, we have more information today in the unfolding story that the Sabian symbols are trying to tell us. And we have more very clear information about what is the expectation going forward with the Sabian of the sun today. And the degree that the sun is located at today is 29 degrees of Pisces. And the Sabian symbol for 29 Pisces is light breaking into many colors as it passes through a prism. Okay. And then the earth at 29 Virgo, a man gaining secret knowledge from an ancient scroll he's reading. So when I was making my notes this morning about this video, and I was thinking about this, what I wrote was basically, if you've been following the progress of the Sabians in my videos over the past week or so, the past few days since the new moon, then you know that there's been a lot of symbolism in the placement of the sun recently, describing moon energy and lunar energy, a lot of legitimate just depictions and descriptions of various phases of the moon. And so we know that we're working with both luminaries right now. We know we're working with the sun, and the sun, through its placement, is also calling into consideration the lunar aspect of things, the lunar energy, the feminine, and all of the things that that represents. And it also refers to, like I said, both luminaries. So that's a lot of light that's coming in. And now today we have the sun talking about light breaking into many colors as it passes through a prism, the full spectrum of possibilities, the light broken down into all of its various frequencies. And I wrote for today, basically the entire spectrum of frequencies need to bring us, oh, sorry. Let me start over. The entire spectrum of frequencies needed to bring us all in touch with our divine potential is highlighted with the sun and the earth at these degrees. We have the light breaking down into different frequencies we can use to realign our energy bodies and absorb the inner knowledge and wisdom held within our higher selves and our superconscious, not our subconscious, but our superconscious mind. And the ancient scroll that's referenced in the degree of the earth today. The ancient scroll is our Akashic records and our karma, everything that we've done and everything that we've lived through and experienced, and the causes and effects and the wisdom gained through all of that. We have the God frequency, the entire spectrum of light, and that is what is now here to help us as the moon moves into Gemini to activate Mars in the North Node, which is what I'll talk about next. But basically, it triggers momentum, which pushes us forward and towards our individual and collective destinies. We are now working with the full spectrum of light. So today, the sun is breaking it all down for us and showing us all of the different potentials, variations, and all of the different frequencies that have been a part of our Akashic records, a part of our past, a part of the wisdom that we've gained, our own personal ancient knowledge, and the ancient knowledge that's come up to us genetically through our ancestors. Those things are being highlighted today energetically. And in terms of when you think about the context of the entire story and what the symbolism has been talking about lately, again, we are light beings and we are being shown our various different dimensions and our different frequencies and the different capacities running in us. And we source our ancient knowledge, what we've been through, the experiences that we've had, the karma that we've created, the cause and effect and the consequences that have come about because of those things. And we incorporate that into our evolution and into our figuring out what frequency we want to use to build forward, seeing all the different aspects of our experience broken apart as if light is shining through a prism into all the different spectrums. That was a lot, but I actually wrote down a lot for today. There's not like a ton going on right now, but just the energetics that are highlighted, just there's a lot of food for thought in what is on display today. Secondly, we have the moon moving from Taurus into Gemini today. And that is going to activate a bunch of stuff because right now Mars and the North Node are both in Gemini, and the North Node is rapidly moving to conjunct or Mars is rapidly moving to conjunct the North Node. And so, and when that happens, that's going to be like a major initiation point. It's going to really activate the unfolding progress towards our evolution and where our destinies individually and collectively are really pulling us and urging us to go right now. So, and that's coming into tighter and tighter conjunction. It's building in the end of March, within the next week or so, Mars, or the next 2 weeks, Mars will be forming that conjunction and things will get a lot more active. But as the moon goes into Gemini, that activates both Mars and activates the North Node. And we have to pay attention to what Mercury is doing as well, since Mercury is ruling right now, both the North Node and Mars, because they're in Gemini. So I wrote setting up an active and possibly like aggressive, intense, motivating couple of days. And this is just because of the Mars dynamic. And also that Mercury is coming slowly over the next few days Mercury moves fast, so it's not that slow, but coming into a square with Mars from Pisces to Gemini. And again, Mercury rules Gemini, and the squares are going to be between those two planets. And so I am anticipating kind of like a building, pent up type of energy in terms of our belief systems, our ideas, our communications, our thoughts, and also an expanded opportunity for there to be more cognitive dissonance that's really causing issues for people, and also big levels of projection that are causing issues as well. But yeah, the moon, when it moves to Gemini, it will set up an active and possibly aggressive and intense and motivating couple of days. The moon will activate Mars, the North Node, and Mercury. So the themes of those planets will be activated over the next couple of days, triggering action and events working to push us towards our futures, because the North Node rules our destiny. Cognitive dissonance and projection will be strong. This has to do with the Mars-Mercury dynamic and the fact that Mercury's in Pisces, and Pisces a lot of times likes to avoid and escape from things and hide from the truth of reality. Either that, or it wants to merge with the truest truth in like all of the universe. So there's like a big polarity that's possible there. But just the way this is playing out, I could see people getting really upset over their ideas being challenged and not wanting to see, that maybe they were wrong in some type of way, or not being able to accept evolving truths that up until this point were never considered as having any type of validity. A lot of new information is going to be coming to us. Okay, So that's the moon. We also have Mars at 9 Gemini moving into trine with Saturn at 11 Aquarius. And remember, Saturn right now, our teacher, is at the degree of 11 Aquarius. In a quiet moment, a man receives divine inspiration that may change his life. So that's our lesson right now. We've been being taught that for the past, well, really like the past year at least, but especially the past few weeks and leading up to the Pisces new moon. We have tremendous, tremendous, tremendous opportunity right now to be blessed with amazing gifts from God and spirit and universe if we are only willing to, quiet our surroundings, turn Netflix off, and start focusing on our cultivating our inner resources and our inner talents and our inner potentials and the things that we're passionate about and that we're interested in and that give us joy. Putting energy into that stuff, growing, building, cultivating, and harvesting that, and then using that to create a life, a livelihood, and to serve that serves not only, meeting the needs of yourself and your family, but also helps in some greater beneficial way to the people in your community and just in your general vicinity, your area, family, whatever. Giving and receiving. Yes. Okay, so we have the Mars coming into trine with Saturn in about 4 or 5 days. That will be exact. Mars and Saturn, that's actually that can be very constructive energy, especially in the trine, because Mars is a lot of energy and Saturn is precision, detail, working very hard. So with these two planets, Mars and Saturn in trine, it's actually like a phenomenal time to build like or work or bring into manifestation some type of like really great feat. Like great feats of work can be produced under Mars and Saturn trines. And right now, like this energy, this gives us potential and energy to produce some type of great work, patience and willingness to do exacting work. This gives us the ability to cope with difficult situations and gives us great endurance to perceive and cultivate great, careful, detailed works. So, Mars, as it comes into trine with Saturn, Saturn's at this degree that's asking us to be quiet and tune in to divine wisdom, intuition, flashes of insight, dreams, urges, soul callings, whatever you want to call it, answers to prayers, whatever like works for you. And to use those things and act on those things in order to change your life. In Mars, while it comes into this square, especially because of its proximity to the North Node, which is again our destiny and where universe wants to take us based on our karma and what we've built up to this point. We have tremendous energy and motivation and passion and potential with this Saturn trine to really start building and acting on and creating and manifesting, putting energy into manifesting that which is inspired by the insight that we've gained from our searching our souls and refining and cultivating our inner resources, which is a theme that we've been talking about since the degree of the new moon, which was an inhabited island. And I felt like that was all about creating like self-sustaining, thriving systems that we can all function off of as families and individuals instead of being so dependent on the external cultural establishments that are set up for us to go and participate and work in, but they don't really have anything like directly or tangibly to do with our lives or our communities or anything like that. So it's a change to a new dynamic in terms of how people use their energy and how that energy creates cultures and societies. And I think that this Mars Saturn trine is actually like a really good thing right now. And I think it will help us perceive and endure and refine our minds and thoughts, Gemini, so that we can break long held patterns of beliefs, the nodes, the south node. And because Mars is also moving to oppose the south node. If it's conjunct the north node, it's automatically going to be opposed the south node because the nodes of the moon are also always in polar opposition to each other. Patterns and beliefs that have kept us limited and controlled, Saturn, in our thoughts and behavior, Mercury. This helps us evolve consciously into, as my teacher Laura Walker calls it, second renaissance. Right now, this is when we need it. I think that this is very, very constructive energy to help us all sort of build our ideals and with our imaginations, the things that may have come to us, the things that the messages that we are and have been receiving, the intuition, the inspiration that fuels us to bring forth our potential and create from our true talents. I think that this energy and this dynamic is really going to support and be helpful of that. And like I said, Mars is going to be very active over the next few days as the moon goes into Gemini. And also Mercury, who rules Gemini, is moving into square with Mars and the north node. So a lot of opportunity for conflicts and tensions around beliefs and thoughts and ideas and perceptions and words, conversations. That's kind of the dynamic that we'll be dealing with. Because, like I said, I really think that it's going to come back to a lot of cognitive dissonance and projection, which are shadow side issues that people don't really realize that they're engaging in, but can cause a lot of conflict and just misuse of ideas and words generally. And that's another theme in and of itself for the square. So this is building. We'll talk about this more over the next couple days. Okay, and last, this is something that's interesting to me that I want to talk about. I think it's relevant. Again, today, all together right now, in the end of Pisces, we have the Sun, we have Venus, and we have Vulcan, all at consecutive degrees. We have, let's see, the Sun is at 29, Venus is at 27, and Vulcan's at 28. So it goes Sun, Vulcan, Venus right now. And I talked about this a little bit yesterday too, but just because of the degrees that they're discharging, it's like, I'll just read what I wrote. It'll be the best way for me to say it. And they're all in the end of Pisces. So we have the Sun discharging light, breaking into many colors as it passes through a prism. We have Venus discharging a harvest moon, illuminating the sky. And we have Vulcan charging a fertile garden under a full moon. So the first things that I thought of when I saw this, eruptions of full and divine light, love, and peace. I mean, it's Venus, it's the Sun, and it's Vulcan, which causes things to erupt and brings a lot of heat and pressure. And this is all about light. This is every single, all the symbolism in here is all about light. So eruptions of full and divine light, love, and peace, Venus, the Sun, and then creative potential, eruptions of creative potential, and the entire spectrum of human potential sourced in the light is now available in explosive ways for all of us. And that's, there is explosive energy in terms of lighting things up and it says it, a fertile garden under a full moon, a harvest moon in terms of filling ourselves with light and harvesting our potential. And then the Sun, the spectrum breaking into many colors. That's the full spectrum and frequency of human potential available to us. God is trying to show us, break open the spectrum of our souls so that we can see the different frequencies existing within us. And then we can use those and choose and cultivate, like I've said, to create a new life for ourselves. And that's really what this all is all about, taking personal responsibility, no longer being dependent on external structures, and figuring out how we can use what we've been blessed with and given to the fullest potential in order to serve and receive. So that's what I got today, guys. Sorry, I'm like super tired today. I shoot these videos a day in advance and it's Black Moon today, and I'm just like, I'm fine. Like, everything's great. I just feel like super heavy and tired today, and my brain is really slow. So I'm sorry if this wasn't the most engaging video, but I did my best. And that's basically what we have going on today. And thank you guys for watching, and I will see you back here tomorrow. And I think I'll be feeling a lot more energized tomorrow when the moon goes into Gemini and starts conjuncting Mars. So have a beautiful day, and I'll see you guys later.